Okay, in this video I'm going to show you how to create a worksheet from the dynagraph we've just created. Okay, so if you remember in the other one we had a little button that would let us show the rule or not. So we're going to learn how to do that first. The first thing we have to do is to put the rule, create the rule somewhere on the page. So we do that by inserting text. So go to the Insert Text box, click on the window wherever you want the text to show up, and then type in what you want the text to be. In this case our function was f of x is equal to negative 3x. So I'm going to put that in my formula. And this is what the preview looks like. Okay, now you'll notice that's kind of small, so I'd like to make that bigger. So I can right check and go to Object Properties, and under Object Properties, the text, you notice I can choose the size of the text. So I'm going to make this a large text instead of small so that it will be a little easier to see on the sheet. Okay, so we've got our text box. Now we want to be able to show or hide that depending on what the student wants to do. So the show or hide button is under the slider menus. So if I go into the slider menus, and it's the second one is to check box to show or hide objects. So I'm going to click on that. And then you click wherever on your graphic sheet you want the check or show hide button to be. So in this case, what we want the instructions to be is to show the function rule. Okay, and I need to link that to something on the page. In this case I want to link it to the text box. So now I click apply, and you'll notice that now I've got this check box for showing the function rule. If I go to the arrow tool, when I uncheck that button you'll notice that the function rule doesn't show. If I want to show it I go back and click on it. Okay, so nearly there. So far what we have is actually a GeoGebra page. We would like for this to be a HTML document that students can open. So the way we do that in GeoGebra is under the File menu. Go under the File menu, and we're going to export a dynamic worksheet. So click on the dynamic worksheet. Now there's two options here. You can upload your sheet to GeoGebra Tube to make it available from anywhere, basically anywhere you have the internet, or you can just export it as a web page. We're going to do export as a web page. So we want to put a title on this document, so I'm going to call it Dynagraph, but you can name it whatever you like. Because this is my copy of GeoGebra, my name is here, so and the date is automatically put in there. So now we can put a text above the construction. We can say move the point A and notice what happens to point B. And then if you want to maybe have some questions below the construction, so I might say, what do you think the function rule is? And maybe another question, what is the domain and range of this function? Okay, so we have a couple of things there. And now when we go to export, then it'll ask us for the file name. We can save this file wherever we like. So I'm going to save this. Notice I already have a Dynagraph file, so I'm going to save this with a slightly different name, Dynagraph New, just so that I won't overwrite one of the other ones I've got. And then I save it. So once you save it, you will notice that it opens up in a web page. And I know you're only seeing part of this. Okay, so it opens up as a web page. Again, we click on Run this time and accept. And we should see our Dynagraph, and you notice that you can move this. You can click on Show Function Rule, and the function rule will show. So this is a way of creating a web page so that students can work on this and they can experiment with the different functions.